So we don't have an air vent in the roof, but one question though is how hard would it be to change it if it ever broke? I'm going to show you now my budget option, which if it ever breaks, it'll take you 1 minute to change it. Hope this helps. Hey guys, hope you're all okay. Just going to be going over an old video today regarding air vents. When I done the van, I never put any skylights or vents in the roof because it's a mid-height. I didn't want to take any more clearance because we would have kept banging our heads on it. So I decided to do a budget one in the back door. Me and another lad in the group, Chris Hill, who's one of the admin, we was going through different budget ideas, and we come up with one where you have a house exterior vent and an interior vent, and then a bit of piping in between. So we did that. It turned out pretty good. It worked for a bit, but then come summer, when we was out in the van and stuff, the condensation in the front was quite bad. So I've decided now to change it and put a fan on there, which I've also still gone down the budget route. Rather than buying the £30–40 ones that you can buy off eBay or just campers or anything like that, I've decided to do it myself. The fan here, this was in a set of 2. It come from Amazon. I'll put the link here. So that's what I bought. It comes in a pack of 2. I think it was about £14 for the 2. And literally, they're designed to go on top of your computers and stuff to blow cool air into the computers, and then the other one is to blow hot air out to the computer. So in hindsight, it should work, and luckily it does. So these, as I said, they were £14 each. I did break the one because I put it up, had it plugged in, and we got ready and stuff, and without thinking, I opened the back doors, pulled on the wire come out. So at some point I will rewire that and use it elsewhere, but for now it's perfect. So I'll show you now. So when we've done the build, in a few areas, as you can see, I put in a few cigarette sockets. This is above the sofa and our bed, so that one of an evening would normally charge our phones and stuff. And what I've done is I've added a hook and another hook here, so with the air vent I can just run it across the hooks, plug it in, and there we go, nice and simple. This is the vent, sorry, not the vent, the fan now. Nice, quite small. I was going to go for a smaller one. I was hoping to get it in the hole that I made, but it didn't fit in the hole. But it doesn't look too out of place, and I think that looks better than the old white vent that I had on there. So with this, simply just unwrap it. Quite good with one hand. Put that under the hook, and that hooks around that one as well, so the lead is quite flat. I'll just plug it in this one first for now, if I can do it with one hand. There we go, so that's plugged in. It's loose now, obviously normally it goes right up, so that's in. Come over and turn the cigarette sockets on, and you've got 3 settings on these: high, medium, low, and obviously off. And that's on the highest. And as you can hear, well, as you can't really hear, that is pretty quiet, which I'm quite glad about. Because if it was a bit louder, I don't think it'd be too noisy for night time. But that now, it's perfect for the night time. It's really quiet. I normally have the windows open as well, We've been away a few times since I put it on, and having the back windows open, I can hear the sea more than I can hear the fan, which is good. So, but as a budget option, I think it's perfect. Really good. And the most important thing is, since putting that in, we don't have no condensation on the front windows, which was the main reason for doing it. The old way did work, but because there's no ventilation, condensation was forming. The last thing I want is condensation in the back. That's not good. So people go on about insulation, vapor barriers and stuff like that. You don't necessarily need full-on vapor barriers and everything, providing you've got a good source of ventilation. That is the main key. So you can have all the insulation and vapor barrier you could possibly put in, but if you haven't got a good ventilation, then you will get condensation. So, but this is the budget option. The vent on the outside, I'll show you shortly. It cost me £2 something from Screwfix or Toolstation, one of them. It's an exterior vent and it's got a flap on it, so which is good. The tubing inside, which I used, that is, you'd use it on an old not radiator, you'd use it on an old tumble dryer, things like that. It's just a bit of plastic ducting basically. So that's in there. That didn't cost me nothing, but you can buy that. I think you can buy about 4 meters for a couple of £. It's really cheap. And then the fan, obviously it cost me £7.50. So £7.50, £8.50, £9.50. So it's about £10, and I've got myself a quiet 12-volt fan, air vent. It's perfect. I'll show you it working now. So what I'll do now is I'll use my vape, blow some of the vape in the van, and you'll be able to see it working. Once you've finished using it, simply unclip, unhook, and then just wrap the wire around. There we go, nice and simple. So as you've seen, it's still a little bit cloudy in here because I stood by the kitchen area and literally just blew loads of the vape. So it's still a little bit cloudy in here, but as you've seen, it takes it out straight away, which is a good way of showing air being taken out basically. So when the van gets hot, it's going to be taking the hot air out and keeping it cooler as well. So that is a perfect budget option. I don't condone vaping or I don't condone smoking, but it was just an example to show the fan working. So for a budget option of just, what was it, £9–10, it is a perfect option. If I had thought about this when I'd done the van, because in the back door I've got my reversing camera running through, and it runs through with the wires from the van for the lights and stuff like that. So if I thought about the 12-volt fan when I was doing the door, I would have ran it through properly, and so it could always permanently stay plugged in. But in hindsight, everybody wishes I'd done something sooner rather than later. But it's a good option. And also with this, I think it's a good idea, because if you had one in the roof and it broke in any way, how hard is that going to be to replace it? How long is it going to take you? What do you need to do to take it out of the roof? Whereas this, it's a budget option. It's only going to cost you £7.50 to replace, and it's 4 screws. That's all it is. That will take me literally a minute to take off, if that, and put another one on. So to me, that is a budget but practical solution to a skylight fan. So I hope this has helped, and if you like it, please give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe. You're more than welcome to head over to our Facebook group, which is Budget Self Build Campervan Club. There's just over 15,000 members in there now, and there's so many people who are willing to help. It's really good. So feel free to head over there. As always, no question is a stupid question. That's our motto in the group. So don't feel like you're going to get targeted by asking a question, because in our group you will get the answer. You won't get sarcastic comments or replies. So feel free to head over and get the help that you need. Also, we still are running the monthly giveaways for free. I've started that when we set the group up in end of December, start of January, and I'm still doing it now. So the last one we had 2 leisure batteries given away for free, and this month now I think it's a cozy competition. So we're regularly every month doing free competitions, so feel free to head over and get involved, take part, show off your vans, and we're all there to help. So thank you for watching, and I hope this helps in some way. Take care all.